walking around the rainforest. Take it all in. Find the biggest tree you can. And go stand beside it and put your hand on it. Ask before you put your hand on it if it's okay for you to put your hand on it. Ask for its permission. And it says yes. Put your hand on it and connect to it. Say when you have found a tree that wants to connect to you. Find a tree, Catherine?
Yeah.
Yes. They're just asking it permission to touch it.
Yeah.
Good. Say when you've got the answer.
Yes, we're communicating.
Good. You say you're communicating. What are you communicating about? Was it just yes or no? Or is there something else the tree's telling you?
I'm hugging her because she's sad.
She's sad. Why is she sad?
It's not clear, but I'm telling her we love her. She's asking for forgiveness.
She's asking for forgiveness. What does she need forgiveness from?
Feeling of not being everything that we need.
Who's we?
It's the earth in general.
The earth in general. So she feels like she's not enough for the earth. In what capacity does she feel like she's not enough?
Fulfilling our needs.
What needs are those?
The human needs. But I'm telling her that we love her just the way she is.
So because humans are acting like they are, she feels like she's not meeting our needs. Is that how?
I think it's because we're not demonstrative to Earth. We don't show love.
So it's kind of her self-worth?
I'm feeling loneliness.
Loneliness as well?
Yes, loneliness and yes.
Is she talking on behalf of the whole rainforest? Or is it just this tree's opinion, feelings that we are hearing?
Let me ask. She says it's the whole Earth.
She talks for the whole Earth.
Right now, yes.
Yes. Okay. Can you talk to her about what's going on in the rainforest? About the fires and so on? Why are the rainforests burning?
Cleansing.
Cleansing. Okay. In what capacity? What is being cleansed?
And she says, and she's talking about weeping.
A
And she's still talking about the sadness.
Okay. This sadness, is that something that would be beneficial to remove today? We can do that. You can tell her we can do that today.
Yes. I think it's feeling like any amount of love that's purposefully and intentionally given is needed.
Okay.
It's inattention. We've been too inattentive for too many years.
So now this is the result of that.
Yes.
Yes. How about the fires other places on Earth? There's some going on in Greenland and can't remember the other places, but there are fires.
I'm feeling that because of the inattentiveness, the fire is an outward manifestation of the earth not feeling up to par and feeling inadequate for our needs.
Okay.
Which makes me sad.
So the sadness. Ask her if we can remove that today.
She says, yes, please.
Yes. Good. So, the sadness. If you look at the planet or the rainforest, what would you prefer? Is it the rainforest or the earth sadness that we are removing?
The earth.
Okay, look at the earth. Where's that sadness on the earth?
Start from the center and go out.
Okay. So is it the whole earth?
I'm connected right now.
You're connected right now. Okay.
So,
How does it feel? Sadness, of course, but does it feel like it's hard, or is it soft, or does it have a texture of some of sorts?
no, all I'm feeling is like we need to just be the energy of love, send it through our bodies, like in our visualization. So,
okay, but the sadness, the way I work, usually work and the way I work on people, humans, the emotion needs to go before it allows space for something else to go in.
okay.
So can we remove that sadness and send it out to the universe instead?
I'm not feeling a feeling, I'm seeing dark.
Okay.
Smoky darkness.
So this smoky darkness, imagine that I have these enormous hands and I'm holding them out over the earth. And you can send all of this sadness out into my hands, and I have sent it on out into the universe. Source where it transforms. Let's say when my hands are full and there's no more of this dark sadness.
Okay.
Out into the source, out into the universe to be transformed into love and light. Good. Are there more sadness anywhere?
It feels more clear.
Feels clear. Thinking about the fires and the way that people are not loving her. Does she feel sad anywhere anymore?
We need to put the good energy back.
Okay, so where does that good energy, where should that come from?
From us.
From humans.
And ultimately we get it from source. So
down through, from source and down into humans and all of the humans that are actually doing this kind of work right now.
Yes, so
let's just fill up.
Yes, in through the crown, down through our feet.
Down through the feet. Okay. Let's just say when she's complete.
We are complete.
Okay, I thought so. I have a question about the indigenous, all the people living in the rainforest. They love the trees. Where does that fit into the trees not feeling loved, or Gaia not feeling loved?
Collective energy. The collective energy is overpowering. It's just the indifferent. We have come through a time where people don't touch me enough and don't feel the dirt beneath their hands. The exchange of energy is not there.
So how should people proceed from now on to meet that that demand?
Connecting with the old ways will help.
What old ways?
Indigenous tribes and people know how to connect to the energy of the earth, where they become one with the energy of the earth. And that is what we seek, to have the fluidity of the energy exchange.
Okay. So this
for the earth to thrive, there must be more connection with the human energy, which comes from source. It is active, demonstrative energy that is lacking more in other parts of the world than others, but the collective is overwhelming.
Okay. So what we call shamanic ways, all the natural people, nature people, all the ways that they were with the earth. That's the ways we need to go back and be with earth again.
Yes.
So there are people doing that. Can you feel that? Can you sense that people are stirring in those directions?
Yes. Part of the problem is electricity, the wires and cables, because of that energy, it more is needed to compensate.
How about the 5G network? How about that?
It all depletes my energy.
Okay. So how about humans' energies? Does it deplete the humans' energies, or can we compensate enough for that?
Yes. We love the humans. We are here for humans, and when we connect, we are replenished.
Okay. So humans are not depleted from 5G or electricity or stuff like that.
Some may, it depends on individual humans, but overall, if we connect together and exchange energy, it will compensate for any deficits that a human might feel.
Okay. So we need to connect to what as humans?
Love, appreciation, and doing so outside. Touching earth, water, loving the stars, the mountains, singing songs. We love to hear the music to us, gathering together in groups gives more energy than one person. It doesn't have to be all the time, but just making that effort to connect with our energies together will greatly help. Things are getting better. There are certain pockets that are more depleted than others.
Where are those pockets?
United States, Russia. Those are the two main parts.
Those are the two main parts. Why are they depleted?
The energy of the humans is lacking to the connectedness of Earth.
Is that why those two countries are a bit on edge with each other?
Yes. They focus on what is not important.
Okay. So if we want to help Earth, we need to send healing to those two parts, two countries, or how do we do that?
They need to do it.
They need to do it themselves.
Yes.
Can others, for instance, I live in Europe, and I work with Catherine and Tiffany in the States, and Naya in Australia. Us that are outside, how can we help and support?
By doing what you're doing today, by spreading the word and using the collective energy to continue the connection and forming groups, it will grow.
Good.
And more people, more humans need to understand this connection better. They have lost the old knowledge.
So in the States, they actually have all of the indigenous people, all of the tribes, all of the Indians, and so on. How can you utilize those energies, those people?
Their energy was decimated. They are starting to get it back, but it is low energy right now from those tribes. Not enough. Too many of them are gone, and those that remain were emotionally decimated and depleted. And the more other people empower them to what they know is true about the earth, the more that others will gravitate to the love, and it will help.
Would it be beneficial for in another session to go in and look at all of those traumas that the tribes in the States have been experiencing?
Yes, anything that will help heal the energies of all people, of all trauma, will help. But mostly we want people to come outside and connect with us for the exchange of energy.
Okay. So, going back to energies, you talked about electrical grids and so on. How about solar flares? How do they affect us and affect the earth?
It does not affect the earth. It is energy from the sun that is bursting forth, part of nature, a part of the cycle, and has always been.
Okay, good. And about the singing and dancing and drumming and so on outside, yeah, drums. How do you feel about drums?
Yes, those all help, especially sacred shamanic drums, the percussion, the way they are made from earth products, enable the exchange of energy to be more powerful.
Some people are talking about the pulse of the earth, and that it is at a certain beat. Is that important to hit that beat?
Not necessarily. We appreciate it though.
What is the beat of what is the best beat that we should hit? How many beats per minute?
Any beat that matches the energy of the intention of love.
Okay. So it's the frequency of love that we need to figure out how many beats per minute that is.
Yes.
Okay.
It has more to do with how you are feeling. When you have the energy of love, you transfer that to us.
So it doesn't really have anything to do with the drum, but more with the intention.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that. How about protection from? Some people are worried about negative entities and so on, and negative energies to come in and disturb us. Are we protected from those?
That is all part of the plan and the nature. All you need to do to protect yourself is to have love flowing in and out, to and from, forwards and backwards. That will protect you from anything that you feel could harm you.
Okay. Will it actually harm us?
No. But it is all up to you. You can protect yourself by your beliefs and your emotions. And emotions are frequencies. This earth life was meant to feel both. And there are times when we are all vulnerable, but that was made for a reason, for us to learn and grow and learn and understand what we want and what you don't want.
Okay.
There is nothing that is spirit that will harm you physically unless you allow it to.
Okay, so unless there's some learning for us, it will not harm us. I'm talking about letting it harm us to learn something from it.
Yeah. Yes. There's always learning. We are always learning.
Sacred medicines, how does that help? Herbs, plants, mushrooms, does that help the energies in any way?
Yes, it is part of the exchange. We give these gifts to you, and we love it when you plant and grow from us and partake of our fruit. That is part of the exchange.
So you're talking about food supplies, but some people use sacred plants to get an altered state of consciousness. How do you view that? Is that helping you in the energy of the planet and the collective in any way?
Yes, it was all meant for you, and in its place, it can be a good thing. And it is up to the individual to decide how to experience it.
Okay. So there's, if as long as the individual knows what they're doing and researches and has a purpose of using these herbal medicine or sacred medicine, it is okay, and it is helping the energies.
Yes.
Okay.
Partaking of the earth's goods is part of the exchange. We love it when our humans enjoy what we give them and grow forth out of us. We derive much joy from your enjoyment.
Okay. So when humans are using these medicines, what do they get out of it other than enjoyment, as you say? Do they, through those altered states of mind, consciousness, do they get any learning or anything out of that?
Some do. Some do it for relieving of pain or other physical conditions. And that is good and why one purpose of what we give. But others, it can help with the connection to source if they normally are unable to connect to those things. It will help their creativity and expansion. It is up to the individual to decide what is right for them.
Okay.
We do not have rules.
Oh, but the government has.
We understand what you're saying. Yes, our only rules come from source. We are not. We are not. We do not listen to governments.
No, I know. That's something completely different. Good. So, I have. Are there more emotions collectively for the rainforest, for Gaia, or anything that we need to release today? That would be good, beneficial to release.
It is releasing the fire, is allowing much sadness, trauma, and agony to release. It will start anew. It will be hard for some, but what is needed now is concentrated love energy and appreciation, gratitude, being appreciated. We love that as much as you do. It is an exchange of some of the highest energy that exists. And it has been many years of neglect that has built up. And we are trying to heal ourselves.
Good. So all we need is to love you right now.
Yes.
Intentionally.
Yes.
Appreciate and so on.
Yes.
How about humans between humans? Would that benefit the earth as well? That we appreciate and love each other?
Yes. It will recycle through all of you and in turn will help us. And if someone can come up with a better solution to cement holds our energy underneath it and roads. And it is hard to maintain an exchange of energy.
Okay. So we need someone to invent something other than cement.
Yes.
Okay. Let's send out some intentions for that. I wonder if it's not already happening. So that would be good. This point in time, is it a turning point for Earth and for humanity right now?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Is it a shift to New Earth? Some are talking about New Earth.
That I cannot speak on. That is up to each individual. There are choices to be made by each individual with their own free will. But I am Mother Earth, and I am perfect in the way I was made, and there is no need for a new earth if humans can connect with my energy.
So, how does the term New Earth then come? How should we use that? How should we see that?
It should be your attitude.
So
everything is made new in the moment.
Everything is created.
Yes, everything is made new in the moment. So every moment that you're having can be a new earth, can be a new start, can be. It is just up to you.
Thank you. So, I have another question on spiritual warfare. How do you feel about spiritual warfare? Is consciousness, is it, yeah, well, how do I put that? I have some questions here that others have been helping me with.
I don't understand the term because spirit can never be compatible with war.
So all of the spiritual warriors and spiritual wars and so on, that's actually not something that you can relate to.
I think what you are speaking of is whatever we fight will persist. Fighting is never good within an individual or as a group. Do not fight anything.
So what should we do instead?
For
those who believe that we are fighting.
That will bring more negativity. You must focus your energy on loving it all. This universe was planned and the constant fighting of what is not wanted creates what is not wanted. Let's support each other. Let's support and love and kindness, even to what is not wanted, will eliminate what is not wanted.
So when people think someone else is evil or greedy or all of the quote unquote bad things, lower energies, they should actually love those people, those situations instead.
Yes.
What will that do? What will it do to the situation or the people that are that way, that are then loved instead?
Whenever you see something that you do not like or approve of, that is something that is going on inside of you and must be loved. Love is the great equalizer. And it lessens or eliminates the negativity, which is what is lacking in the world. With the negativity, it depletes us, and the connectivity is lessened. So, with life being more complicated for people now, it is more important for the love energy to be boosted for those that can do it, and do it for those that cannot, because in time it will raise their frequency, which in turn helps the collective, which in turn helps the earth. It is a cycle. It is not for you to cut yourself off from things that you do not want to see. It is more important to see why that is a reaction in you and loving that part of you.
Okay. So is that whenever we see something that stirs something inside of us, is that because that's a part of us that we need to actually look at?
Yes.
And transcend that in some way?
Yes.
Okay. And we do that through love?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, in regards to all of the greed and the quote-unquote evil, how does the rainforest, the fires in the Amazon and other places on Earth, how does that help cleanse that? Is that the cleansing that's being done?
The cleansing is more to do with the sadness energy that was felt earlier, and cleansing ourselves to start anew. Greed is a normal human emotion that needs to be loved into generosity and gratitude.
Okay. So whenever we get triggered in our body, in our mind about greed, we need to love it and feel that we are prosperous and we are the opposite of that.
Yes,
Do we need to love it until we feel like that?
And knowing that it will, knowing what is causing that inside of you will alleviate it, giving into the feeling, not giving in to the need.
Okay. So how do we do that? How do we figure out where it stems from? What causes that emotion? For instance, greed. How do we go to the root of that?
It can be many things for many different people.
Yeah, I know, and that is why I'm asking how does the individual figure out what the root of, for instance, greed is? It can also be the root of fear, I'm guessing.
Yes, it has to be done through self-reflection. And many of you would benefit from touching trees and sitting on the ground in the grass and thinking about what you need and want and loving yourself while you're doing it, which will help us. When I speak of the exchange of energy, it is when you are with us and you feel those feelings. That is the exchange. Your energy is absorbed by us through the air, through the ground, through the water, through the tree. Trees especially love attention and hugging and thoughts about them. They are magnificent and old and wise and care very much about each other and about the earth and about humans. And that is how all human conditions that you do not wish to have can be solved through our connection. It does not mean you won't feel them. It just means you need to do something about it. And many people have been too quick to try to solve the problem through other means instead of self-reflection. So meditation, hypnosis, Reiki, shamanic healing, prayer, whatever mode it is that you choose, do it outside, do it in the woods, on the street, in your car. It is better if you are touching us, but the energy is felt. It is much harder to feel your energy when you are in a house or a big building. The energy exchange is much weaker.
So, for practitioners, if you do Reiki or if you do hypnosis or the sessions I do, would it be beneficial for us to? I've been thinking about having a trailer to do sessions in. Would that be better than me doing it inside the house that I actually have my clinic in? Would it be more beneficial for the client?
It would be good to do both ways and do sessions outside.
Okay, so outside.
That would be very powerful.
Okay. So if that's not doable, then a trailer of sorts that was built to do that, that would be good.
And if it is grounded, it would be even better.
So no wheels.
Yes, or some people have been doing a grounding cable from the earth into their living environment, which does give a boost to the energy cycle.
Is that kind of like the grounding that you do for your electrical system? We do that here in Denmark at least. We have a cable going from our electrical system down to the ground. Is that enough, or should we do one especially for grounding our house?
Yes, this human does not know the terminology, but there is a device that you can make that will conduct energy from earth into your home or living space, but it depends on how congested the area is, how much cement surrounds you as to how, and electrical wires as to how clean the energy is.
Okay. Can you show the device to Catherine so that she can recognize it if she sees it?
Yes.
Is that possible? Thank you.
Yes. It is not something you have to buy per se. It's
something you can make.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Can you guide her to see how you do that find it on the internet or something?
Yes, I can do that. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, if we go outside, then it would be good just to have walls for privacy and then open to the sky and open to the ground?
Yes.
Okay. Good. How about a pyramid shape? Would that be beneficial? Or does that not really matter in the context that we're talking about right now?
If it is important to the person, then it is beneficial.
Okay. So if the person is not into pyramids and so on, then it will not matter.
Correct.
Okay. So if we use a shape or a form or something, then it's only because the person's belief system already has that in their context.
Correct. It can be very powerful for some people. And that is okay.
Good. So good. Let's go through the list, see what we have covered. So the greater purpose of the fires in the Amazon and the other places is that we need to see the earth, love the earth, recognize the earth as humans, and connect to the earth. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
If all humans did this, we would be back to a Garden of Eden.
How fast would that go?
If every person was a participant, it would be within a year.
Okay. Good. But the collective, is it growing at the moment?
Yes.
I've had in session, I've had higher selves telling me that it's actually not the quantity of people, but the quality of the light that the people are feeling. Is that correct?
In a sense, as far as the earth goes, it's a little different than with source, because if you have big cities and little bits of earth that are exposed, it is harder for the exchange of energy. It is a physical law. And the those types of things have made a connection with the earth harder. And those areas will and can suffer more depending on if there are open spaces for people to connect with the energy of earth.
So if there's no place to connect, then it doesn't matter how enlightened the people are, then it will not benefit the earth.
Correct, as far as the earth goes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, yeah.
But it will help the collective still, of course.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So karma and imbalanced energies, how do you see those in regards to the earth and the fires and so on, that and all of the context that we have been discussing today? Are they balancing out, or does karma exist in that context? Or
karma exists. It is an energy that can be resolved. It is more of a human condition than an earth or animal condition, but affects us because of negative energy. So as the karmic shifts happen among humans and things are resolved, it does help the earth, because then the human feels more love.
good. Are there any? I'm through with all of my questions, I think. Yeah. Are there any messages other than what you've already told us that you want to say? This will go out to a lot of people, I guess. So if you want to say anything, you're free to do so now.
The only thing that we would like to say is thank you. We love each human, no matter how small or how old. Your energy is important to us, and we crave the interaction with you and have missed you, and we want you back, and that we love you. And thank you for doing this today.
You're welcome. I have one question from Tiffany. What can we, Tiffany, me, Naya, Catherine, do collectively as a group to support you, Gaia?
All of you, we appreciate very much. We feel the love energy from you. We would like to see you more often. Especially, we can speak to Catherine, since she is our conduit, and she knows that she should be outside more often. She has been going out every evening and putting her feet in the grass and even loving the mosquitoes.
Nice job on that.
And loving the stars and the trees, and that is good. We would love to see you and you teaching your children the ways of loving the earth to help the next generation propel this forward. It would become a snowball the more that you spread what is needed, and transferring that to your children is very important.
What can we do to help the rainforest at the moment? Our little group.
Yes, what we've done today has helped. There is still more cleansing to occur. So love it, be appreciative of it, do not fight it, and get outside and love us, please.
We will. Thank you. No, there was something. But no, that's for another session, I think. So, should we do this again?
Yes, and other people as well, other hypnosis is not just for the individual, it can be for everyone, and for plants and animals and earth and sky, and source enjoys these exchanges very much.
So the way that I've thought about it today, that doing surrogate sessions with all different kind of places, that's a good way to work.
Yes, and if you can arrange it, try doing sessions outside and see what happens.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that if the weather allows it. That would be interesting.
Yes.
I'll be complete for today.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, how often should we do sessions like this to be able to share?
As much as you want.
Okay, thank you.
If you're feeling the energy, go forth and enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all the information. And I want you, Gaia, rainforest tree, to go back to where you belong, to where you are needed. And I want the whole personality and the whole consciousness of Catherine to come back. And I'm going to stop the recording now.
Okay.
Catherine, just stay there.